This healthy fruit could be the hidden reason your PCOS keeps getting worse. Are you tired? Not just tired, but a deep, bone-weary exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to fix? Are you doing everything you've been told to do, meticulously planning your meals, choosing the healthy options, avoiding the obvious junk food, maybe even dragging yourself to the gym when you have zero energy? And yet, the scale refuses to budge. The stubborn weight around your middle feels like a permanent fixture, and your hormones still rage like an uncontrollable storm? Are you looking in the mirror, past the frustrating acne, or noticing the hair in places you never wanted, all while you're snacking on something you genuinely believed was your ally, something innocent and healthy, like a simple piece of fruit? You are trying so hard, putting in so much effort, and yet you feel stuck, confused, and utterly defeated. The good news, and I need you to truly hear this, the good news is that you are not broken. The answer isn't more restriction, more self-punishment, or another impossible diet. The answer lies in a deeper understanding, a shift in perspective, a quiet wisdom that ancient monks have practiced for millennia to calm the body and the mind. It's about finding peace with your body, not by continuing this exhausting war, but by finally learning to listen to what it is whispering to you. In today's video, we are going to uncover why that healthy fruit, specifically one that is beloved and praised by almost everyone, might be unknowingly sabotaging your PCOS healing. And we will explore the mindful, compassionate path, inspired by Buddhist wisdom, to rebalance your system and reclaim your inner peace. So stick around, because what you are about to learn isn't just another food rule to add to your long list of restrictions. It's a profound, compassionate shift in perspective that could change absolutely everything for you and your journey. Before we begin this journey together, I would love to feel the presence of the community we are building here. Where in the world are you joining me from today? Drop a comment below, and please, feel free to share any questions that are sitting heavy on your heart. And if you are seeking a different kind of health advice, one that blends modern needs with ancient, gentle peace, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. You won't want to miss the guidance we share here at Sacred Women's Health. First, let's talk about the silent, invisible battle that is happening inside your body, the storm of polycystic ovary syndrome, and why this fight so often feels impossible to win. To understand why a simple fruit could be a problem, we must first understand the battlefield. PCOS, for so many of us, brings a very challenging companion, and that companion is insulin resistance. You don't need to understand the complex biology, just this simple story. Think of your cells as little houses, and insulin as the key that unlocks the door to let energy, or sugar, inside to be used. In a balanced body, you eat, your body releases a few keys, the doors open, and energy gets delivered. It's calm and efficient. But with PCOS, it's as if the locks on the doors are rusty. The cells don't hear the knock. The keys don't seem to work very well. Your body, sensing the energy is stuck outside, panics. It thinks, we need more keys. So, your pancreas works overtime, flooding your system with a massive bundle of keys, shouting to be heard. This shouting, this constant high level of insulin, is the source of so much of our suffering. It's this excess insulin that tells your ovaries to produce more androgens, those male hormones that can trigger acne and hirsutism. It's what signals your body to relentlessly store fat, especially around the abdomen. And it's what causes the violent crash in energy after you eat, which in turn triggers intense, uncontrollable cravings for more sugar. It's a vicious, painful, and exhausting cycle. And I need you to pause and hear this. Truly take this in. This is not your fault. You did not cause this by lacking willpower. You are not weak because you crave sugar. Your body is in a state of hormonal panic, and it is using its only available survival mechanisms. You are one of millions, truly millions, of women walking this exact same path, feeling this exact same confusion, this same deep sense of frustration. You look at your friends, your family, and they seem to eat whatever they want. And here you are, trying so desperately hard, yet feeling completely stuck. That feeling of isolation is one of the heaviest parts of this condition. But in this space, we are ending that isolation. This journey is about compassion. The Buddhist path teaches a profound truth. Much of our suffering arises not from the pain itself, but from our misunderstanding of it and our resistance to it. We are fighting a war against our bodies because we misunderstand what they are asking for. Today, we stop the war. We lay down our weapons and we simply start to listen. So, what is this healthy culprit? This food that is in almost every gym bag, every healthy breakfast bowl, praised for its potassium, its convenience, its natural energy? I am talking about the banana. Now, the immediate reaction is, but bananas are good for you. It's a fruit. And for a person without that rusty lock, without that insulin resistance, a banana can be a wonderful food. But for us, for those of us whose bodies are already shouting for help, the banana is perceived very differently. That fruit is packed with sugar. Yes, it is natural sugar, but to your highly sensitive system, it is a massive, rapid influx of glucose. It's like pouring gasoline on that already blazing insulin fire. That sudden, dramatic spike is the exact thing your body is struggling with. It triggers the alarm bells. It summons the flood of insulin keys. And that flood, in turn, triggers the androgens, the fat storage, and the deep cyclical fatigue. You eat the banana at 10 a.m., perhaps in a smoothie, thinking you are being so virtuous. And by 11 a.m., you are starving. Your brain feels foggy, your energy is plummeted, and the craving for a cookie or a bag of chips becomes a desperate, primal need. You then blame yourself. You think, I have no self-control. I can't even stick to a healthy breakfast. But it wasn't you who failed. You were set up to fail. The banana, your healthy choice, was a Trojan horse that unleashed the insulin storm. Can a simple banana really be the hidden reason my PCOS is getting worse? Can one single piece of fruit truly hold that much power over my health, my mood, my entire day? When you live with insulin resistance, the answer is a resounding, unfortunate yes. It is not that the banana itself is evil or bad. This is where we must shift our thinking away from the harsh good food, bad food duality of Western diet culture. A monk practicing mindfulness doesn't label the food. They observe its effect. The food is neutral. The suffering comes from the attachment to the idea that the banana must be healthy for you, and the confusion when its effect is negative. So, does this mean you can never, ever eat a banana again? That you must banish this fruit you may love? This is where diet culture fails us, and where the ancient wisdom of the middle way saves us. Diet culture says, ban, restrict, punish, feel guilty. The Buddhist middle way says, understand, balance, observe. Instead of banning the banana, what if we vow to never eat it alone? A banana by itself is a sugar bomb for your system. But a small portion of that same banana, sliced and paired with a large scoop of almond butter, or a handful of walnuts, or a generous sprinkle of hemp and chia seeds. This is balance. The healthy fat and the protein in those other foods act as a loving chaperone. They are like a gentle hand, slowing down the sugar's release into your bloodstream. They prevent the shout. They turn the tidal wave into a gentle ripple. The keys can be released slowly, and the doors can open calmly. But the true practice, the deeper wisdom, is mindfulness. Before you even reach for the banana, pause. Take one deep breath. Ask your body, is this what you truly need? Or are you tired? Are you thirsty? Are you sad? And if you choose to eat it with the balancing fats and observe. Pay attention. How do you feel in 1 hour? Are you still energized? Or are you crashing? Are you satisfied? Or are you already hungry? This is the wisdom. It is not a list of rules handed down from an expert. It is the development of your own inner expert, your own inner listening. Your body knows the answer. You just have to quiet the noise of the world long enough to hear its quiet voice. Before we continue, before we explore the even deeper mental work that this path requires, may I ask you something personal? Something from my heart to yours? How many times have you felt completely, utterly, and devastatingly alone in this struggle? How many times have you tried to explain to a friend, a partner, or even a doctor what you are feeling inside, ... The fatigue, the frustration, the feeling of being a stranger in your own body, only to be met with blank stares, or worse, dismissive and simple advice like just lose weight or eat less. How often have you sat alone, maybe late at night, feeling broken, wondering why your body seems to be betraying you, as if nobody in the entire world could possibly understand this specific, heavy, and invisible exhaustion? I know how much that hurts. I know the ache of that isolation. And I need you to know you are not alone in this fight. You are not. If you feel this, if you have ever felt this invisible weight, I invite you to leave a comment below right now, saying, "I understand this struggle." Just write those exact words. Your message, your simple acknowledgement, might be the one thing that gives strength and hope to another woman who scrolled here today, feeling hopeless, feeling invisible. Let her know, with your words, that she is not alone. We've talked about balancing the banana on your plate, which is a powerful physical act, but that's just the beginning. It calms the physical spike, but what about the craving? What about the powerful, obsessive, mental battle that makes you want the sugar, the banana, the cookie in the first place? That, my friend, is where the true healing lies, and it's a secret the monks have guarded for centuries. It's not about calming the insulin. It's about calming the mind. In Buddhist philosophy, there's a concept called the hungry ghost. This is a being, or rather a state of mind, represented by a creature with an enormous, empty stomach, but a tiny, constricted throat. It is always starving, always craving, always seeking ... But because its throat is so small, it can never, ever be satisfied. Does this sound familiar? This is the perfect description of a PCOS craving. It is the state of mind fueled by the crashes of insulin resistance. It's not real, nourishing hunger. It is a desperate, bottomless pit of craving. It is a hungry ghost that lives inside us, and it whispers, "More. It's not enough. You need it." And what do? We try to fight this ghost with willpower. We lock the cupboards. We tell ourselves no. We try to starve it. But you cannot win a war against a ghost with willpower. You will always lose, and the battle will leave you feeling drained, ashamed, and defeated. The monks teach us a different way. You do not fight the ghost. You do not starve the ghost. You simply, compassionately, stop feeding it what it thinks it wants. You feed it something different. You feed it compassion. You feed it mindfulness. How, practically, can you feed a craving with compassion? Isn't that just giving in? It sounds too simple, too soft, for such a violent urge. But the reality is, the craving itself is a form of suffering. Your body is in distress. So the next time that craving for sugar, for that banana, for that pastry, rises up and screams at you, try this. Do not run to the kitchen. Do not run to the store. And do not run away from it by distracting yourself. Just pause for 2 minutes. That's all. Find a chair, sit down, close your eyes, and just ... Breathe. Breathe into the feeling. Acknowledge its presence. Ah, there is the craving. I see it. It is a very strong feeling. It feels uncomfortable in my chest, in my stomach. You observe it as if you were a scientist, or as a monk observes the clouds passing in the sky. You are the sky. The craving is just a cloud. You are not the craving. You don't attach to it. You don't become it. You just watch it. This 2-minute pause, this simple act of non-judgmental observation, is a revolutionary act. It creates a tiny, sacred gap between the impulse and the action. And in that gap, wisdom is born. In that gap, you might suddenly realize, I'm not hungry, I'm thirsty. Or, I'm not craving sugar, I am exhausted and my body wants rest. Or so often, I'm not hungry, I am lonely. I am bored. I am sad. The hungry ghost is so often just loneliness in disguise. By sitting with it, by giving it your full loving attention, you are giving your body the thing it actually craved, which was not sugar, it was presence. Often, after this 2-minute pause, the ghost's power is diminished. The shout becomes a whisper. And from that place of calm, you can make a conscious choice. Maybe you still choose to have a snack, but now you do it with intention. You choose the balanced snack we talked about, the one with protein and fat. You eat it slowly. You savor it. You have tamed the ghost. You have left that realm of suffering and returned to your center. If this idea of mindful eating, this concept of compassion over restriction, is resonating with you, if it feels like a breath of fresh air, like a relief from the endless, brutal diet wars, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a small click, but it helps this message of hope and compassionate healing reach other women who are suffering and who need to hear that there is another way. This isn't just a spiritual theory. This approach is increasingly backed by modern science. Countless studies on mindfulness-based eating practices have shown they significantly reduce episodes of binge eating and dramatically improve the body's response to cortisol, our main stress hormone. And cortisol, as you may know, is a major driver of PCOS symptoms. It is intimately linked with insulin resistance and is the primary hormone that tells your body to store fat in your belly. When you are stressed, your body craves sugar for quick survival energy. This is a primal biological mechanism. The monks in their monasteries knew this instinctively. A calm, focused mind leads to a calm, balanced body. By practicing this simple 2-minute mindful pause, you are actively lowering the stress hormones that are making your PCOS symptoms worse. You are healing the root of the imbalance, the stress, and the panic, not just frantically trying to manage the banana. We have balanced the plate, giving our body the physical support it needs. We have calmed the mind, taming the hungry ghost of our cravings. But there is a third, essential piece of this ancient wisdom, and it is perhaps the most profound of all. It is the cultivation of impermanence and non-attachment. What on earth does this have to do with PCOS? It has everything to do with it. We suffer so much, not just from the symptoms, but from the story we tell ourselves about the symptoms. We are attached to an idea of how our bodies should be. We are attached to the idea of a cure, a magic day when this all goes away. We are attached to the identity of being healthy or sick. This attachment, this desperate clutching, creates a constant state of friction, anxiety, and resistance. And that friction is stress. And stress, as we know, worsens every single symptom. The Buddhist concept of impermanence teaches a radical, liberating truth. Everything changes. Nothing is permanent. Not the good and not the bad. Your symptoms today are not your symptoms forever. Your body is not a static, broken machine. It is a dynamic, living river in a constant state of flux. This condition is not a life sentence. It is a state of being that is manageable and can be improved. But you ask, how can I not be attached? I want to be free of this. I want to feel better. Doesn't non-attachment just mean giving up? Mean resigning myself to being sick forever? It is the complete opposite. Attachment is like clutching a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it runs through your fingers. Non-attachment is holding your hand open. It is doing all the right things, balancing your meals, moving your body with joy, practicing the mindful pause, but releasing the desperate, anxious need for a specific outcome on a specific timeline. It is finding peace in the process of healing, not in some imaginary future destination. How do you practice this in real life? You shift your focus today. You stop the internal monologue of "I hate my body" or "my body is failing me," and you replace it with "I am supporting my body today." You celebrate the small, quiet victories. You ate a balanced meal instead of just the banana. That is a profound victory. You took a 10-minute walk when you felt exhausted. A victory. You caught yourself in a negative thought spiral and took one deep breath. A victory. You stop seeing your PCOS as a failure, as a curse, and you begin to reframe it as your body's teacher. It is a harsh teacher, yes, but a powerful one. It is teaching you mindfulness. It is forcing you to learn radical self-care. It is demanding that you find the middle way. Without PCOS, you might have gone through your whole life on autopilot, eating unconsciously, living unconsciously. This condition is a call, a painful one, but a call to wake up, to live with intention, to learn compassion for the most important person you will ever know, yourself. Perhaps the deepest, most searing pain of PCOS for many women is the fear around infertility. The fear that our bodies cannot do the one thing we were told they were meant to do. This creates a profound and agonizing attachment to a specific outcome, the outcome of a child, and the perceived failure to achieve it easily can become our entire identity. We are the infertile one. We are broken. This is the ultimate attachment, and therefore, it is the ultimate suffering. The wisdom of impermanence is a gentle, soothing hand on this raw pain. It does not promise you a baby. No one can promise that. But it promises that this state of panic, this state of grief, this feeling of brokenness is not permanent. It reminds us that our bodies are not static. By managing the insulin, by calming the mind, by ending the war, we are creating an environment of healing. We are making our body a more peaceful, hospitable place. Sometimes in that peace, in that balance, miracles of biology happen. But even if the path leads elsewhere, the peace itself is the reward. You are no longer at war. You are no longer defined by your struggle. You detach from the one specific outcome, and you open yourself to a life of joy and meaning and fulfillment regardless of that outcome. This is freedom. This is the end of the PCOS prison. It is no longer about the banana. It is about you. If you made it this far, if you stayed with me on this entire journey, it means you are searching. You are searching for more than just a diet plan or another pill that masks the symptoms. You are searching for real answers, for lasting relief, and for a deep, abiding hope that true whole-body healing is possible. This channel, Sacred Women's Health, was created for exactly that reason. It was created to be a guide, a soft place to land, to help you understand your body not as an enemy, but as a wise, if struggling, friend. To help you regain a sense of control, not through force and restriction, but through compassion and understanding. To help you find solutions that actually work for your whole being, your body, your mind, and your spirit. You are not alone here. Please, take that in as a final thought. You are not alone anymore. We are building a safe space, a sanctuary, where women just like you can find support, real information that makes a tangible difference, and the courage to walk this path with grace and peace. If this is the kind of guidance you've been looking for, the kind of community you've been missing, I warmly invite you to subscribe now and turn on the notifications. Every video we create is another step, together, toward a healthier, more peaceful, and happier you.